ChatSuite itself gives you the advantage of integrating seamlessly into any of your applications. So as we know, or might have heard about ChatSuite before, ChatSuite is an open source customer engagement platform, and it's more or less an alternative to other platforms that like Intercom and others. ChatSuite is a better way to reach out to your customers, manage conversation, build relationship, and ensure you have a one-place chat all through for your staff working in the company. Okay, so they have the documentation as shown on my screen, where you can make a direct request to their API, and you can also, ranging from the user collection to account creation to the agent bots, they have all documented API with also a response samples where you can integrate them seamlessly. So as we all know, React is a UI JavaScript library for building user interface, and it's more or less a way of you creating interactive UIs, making your view more simpler, and also ensuring you have easy flow of component-based architecture in your application. So in this demo, ideally you can have your website built on any platform or deployed to any platform, any cloud platform of your choice. What ChatSuite requires is your the website URL, the integration, then you get started immediately. So one interesting thing about ChatSuite is that once you have your URL, maybe it has been deployed anywhere, you have the ability to create it, which we'll be doing in this tutorial, where we'll share our link. So in this demo, just for us to move faster, I won't be doing the creating the React application locally. I'll be coding it on Code Sandbox. Here is my Code Sandbox account. So I'll be creating a Code Sandbox, a React application, Code Sandbox application, a React application on Code Sandbox. So it can either be any front-end application library, that's React, Vue.js, or whatsoever front-end that can be deployed as a static page application. So creating a new sandbox. And why am I creating a new sandbox? This is just like to simulate the process of creating your React application locally. So ideally, when you create locally, you build locally, you create, you deploy, then you get the URL. That's what we actually use to integrate the ChatSuite into our website. So that URL helps us to integrate. That URL tells ChatSuite where to focus on. So you can have several people working in a company, and you have a company-based ChatSuite account where you can add other staffs. So integrating it to the website means that anybody can respond to it. You'll see how easy that is in this tutorial that will be starting right now. So let me create a React application. So as you can see on my screen, I have my React application live already. So this is what we actually need. This URL here. So this actually stands, or let me say represents the your actual URL of your application. So we need this to easily tell ChatSuite where it should point to, or where you're actually integrating it into. So we'll just copy this and keep it, because we're using it in a few seconds. So if you don't have an account, then you can easily just create your account here on ChatSuite. But because I already have an account, so as you can see underneath, you can see this University Administrator. So if you don't have an account yet, you can just more or less like signing up. When you sign up, you get an email notification, you verify your account, and you are ready to go. Creating a demo, that's inbox, a new inbox. Inbox simplifies that. For example, if I have different websites and I want to make use of ChatSuite on all these sites. So I can create several inboxes that faces different sites. So it can be a site, it can be Facebook, it can be WhatsApp, it can be Telegram. So in that case, I'll have multiple inboxes. So this inbox, I can assign agents. So if I have 50 to 100 people working for my company, once I spin up the company account, I can easily add them into this inbox. So for example, if site A is focused on probably human resource management, then I can assign people from human resource management to that particular application where they can respond to chats. Then if it is focused on maybe the finance department and we have a subdomain, so I can integrate a live chat with ChatSuite on that finance subdomain application. Then I can assign people from finance department. So I'll click on this button. I click on add inbox. You can do that by clicking on, let me just go back this point here where you can click on add inbox. So you see the option to choose channel. So as of today, October 1st, we have integrating ChatSuite to websites, Facebook, Twitter, Twilio, email messaging API, and Telegram and SMS also via Twilio. So, but in this case, we'll be choosing website because, of course, our React application is a website. So now, as you can see, after clicking on website, we get to see where we can enter the website name. So the website name can be anything, just anything you could think of that is associated to your website. So let me just say, okay, Avia React demo. So now I have my name set up. So this is where you enter the website domain. So the domain I copied earlier for my code sample, which simplifies, which directly points to my React application, is what we make use of here. So now I've pasted my domain. You can decide to select a color type, anyone that suits your company or that matches your company color code. And also you can also set up hello here. This is more or less a welcome header that they get to see after integrating. That's when anybody lands on your site, and this is the first thing, more or less like a welcome message. It can be anything. And aside that, you can also extend it by adding more tagline to welcome them by saying anything, maybe welcome to Avia React demo. So in this case, they get to see this. After this is more or less setting up how our ChatSuite manager will look like on our website. So you can get to set up everything here. Then once you set up, this is another option for enable channel greetings. You can decide to enable channel greetings, then you type in and you can decide to disable it. For now, I'll disable it and we'll click on create inbox. So while we create inbox, so this is another great feature about ChatSuite. So ChatSuite makes it in such a way that when you are responding or when you create a live chat into your application, it's not necessary that you need to be online every time. So you can assign several people, like I've said earlier, to respond. So this is where agent comes in. So agents, if you assign agents to this particular live chat, which is specific to the application that we just added the URL, any agent specified here will be the ones that can respond to anyone that reach out to you directly on your application through the chat bot. That's the ChatSuite itself. So now, for now, I can say Idris Olubisi because for now I'm the only admin here. If you have multiple users, you can go to your profile and add more user and add more agents. So you can have several agents. That's agents is more or less like several other staffs in your application. So add agent. So now adding agent, fine. So I've successfully created my inbox and I got this notification that my inbox has been created successfully, and I need to copy the code and paste it directly into my website. So how are we going to do this? Where are we going to specify this code, and where do we actually need to put this code? So in this case, we will need to head over back to our Code Sandbox application, which is similar, which can be any of your application locally or whatsoever. Ideally, the way React works, most cases, or preferably, which is the best way to implement, is we have component structure where we can create our components. We can have several components and just reference them directly into your application. So this means that we are going to create a new folder called components. Then inside the component, we can create our React, our new file, and we can name it, let me just say chatwood.js. So this is how you just create it. So inside this chatwood.js, that's where we'll be integrating the script that was shown to us earlier. So to make this pretty faster, I'll be making use of very simple class component base. Of course, it's not limited to class components. You can use either class component or functional component to create this file. So as you can see, let me just, so that we can understand what happened here. So okay. Okay, so now this is it. So this is a very simple class-based component in our React application. So now we have our, let me just explain what we did here. Actually, on Code Sandbox, you don't really need to import React from React, but it still works fine if you are doing that locally. And we create a class and we extend the React class component from React. And also, we try to, this is one other feature I would like us to point out. I think Kevin 3 days ago, she talked about, somebody asked about how you can configure Chatwood to your local language. So this is another place you can specify what kind of language you want. So as you can see, hide message bubble if you wish to hide it, and the position that you can also set up. So this window.chatwood settings work directly for where your Chatwood UI would be. If you want it on the left hand side of the site, you can place it there. If you want it on the right hand side, of course, the generic one we have been seeing, or the traditional one everywhere, is on the right hand side. So you can also specify the local, that this simplifies the language. So in this case, it is English EN. So if it is Spain, if it is France, I think it's FR. If it is Spain, I think it's ESP. So we have other ones that you can easily configure. So this is not something limited to English or language. So we have standard. Standard is the default. That type of setting is the default for the window Chatwood settings. So now that we have this, so underneath this, we need to paste in our what we copied, what was given to us earlier. So let's head over to where we created our inbox. Then we copy it. So copying it and pasting it directly gives us this kind of weird error. So it's not something where, but it's just that the instruction is written there that when you copy this into your application, you should try and exclude the script tag, because this is not HTML, this is React application. So excluding it simply means this way. So now this snippet that we have works directly with, this is what is provided for us in the SDK by Chatwood. And this means that if you notice here, you notice the website token. This token is attached to my site. So if you create a new site, you should expect to have your own different token. So if you create multiple sites, okay, so that token is more or less like a pointer to your configurations on your dashboard. That's on your Chatwood dashboard. So after saving this now, we have successfully created our component. So what we just need to do now is to import it in our app.js. So importing it into our app.js will make it finally appear in our application. So we can just do import from. So we have components, then we have the chat root. So now we have successfully imported it, so we can just make reference this way by calling it chat root widget. Boom, that's all. You can see how easy it is. It now appears. So when I click on it now, it tells me to start conversation. See, welcome to Avia React demo. Hello there was what I typed as the welcome message, and also Avia React demo. Welcome to was added by Chatroot by default. This Avia React demo is what I specify as my website name. So if your website name is abc.com or abc, or you deal in businesses, or you deal in finance, or anything related, you can just say include it here, then Chatroot will fix it by default and tell you welcome to this, so that your customer feel welcome on your website. So now I say start the conversation. This is simply how you get started. This is simply how a customer will come to land on your website and chat with anyone, and anyone can respond to it. So for example, if I say hello chat root and click enter, so this by default is more or less a way of actually judging who is chatting with, who is trying to interact on your website. So these days we have bots everywhere. So, and also another way is by getting notified via email. So should in case one or two reasons makes you maybe you close the tab, or you were not able to track where you were earlier on, having your email registered, you can always continue with conversation via email. And another thing is that you can also build the team newsletter, which is a very great feature. So by having a real user email directly from here, you can get users' email and also send them, if they wish, you can send them updates on your products, promotional messages, and not spam, of course, because nobody's ready to see anything spam in their mailbox. So I can just say, okay,